How much blame does Aaron Rodgers deserve?
He deserves the lion's share of the blame because he didn't play particularly well. And when things and for Aaron Rodgers, I believe he's a transcendent figure, a great thrower of the football. When he doesn't play well, it's almost impossible for them to win. And he played awful yesterday, and I think the 49ers contributed to that. Skip, that D-line is for real. Those 4 first-rounders that they got, they've done a great job. Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch, the general managers have done a great job of building this football team. They will get after you, and they don't have to blitz much because they got 4 guys that can get home on any given snap. And so now you can play coverage on the back end. Kyle Shanahan is as good an offensive mind, Skip, as we have in the NFL. The plays that he comes up with, and when you look at him, and I still feel, Skip, if the 49ers are to go far, if Jimmy Garoppolo does not get in the way, it's going to be tough for someone to go into their building and beat them. But back to Aaron Rodgers, Skip, he didn't have a whole lot of time. They couldn't run the football. So now, and once a team figure out that you can't run the football, the way they play the game now, Skip, we're going to tackle the running back on the way to the quarterback. Meaning that if you hand him the ball, okay, we'll tackle him. But we want you to know we're coming to get you. You are the leader of this snake. We're coming for your head. And Bosa and Armstead and those guys were relentless. They got a 6th-round draft pick, Jones, I forget his first name, Skip. That little rascal, boy, they couldn't do anything with him, Skip. I mean, he was collapsing the pocket, and now all of a sudden he's pushing the center back into the backfield. The back have to change direction. They tackle him for a 2-3-yard loss. So now they're constantly playing behind the sticks. So now we know you got to throw the football, and they just kept coming. But this is why I don't like QBR. Can you tell me how? Jimmy Garoppolo was 14 of 20, 253 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he had an 18 QBR. Let that sink in.
Oh, surprisingly.
Let that sink in. Now, Carson Wentz, with the day he had, was only 9 lower than Jimmy Garoppolo. If anybody want to put some stock in QBR, have at it. But Skip Bayless.
What did Aaron Rodgers have? Help me out.
He had a 9.
I have to look. Oh, a 9.
He had a 9.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he had a 9.
So do you think that was accurate, the 9?
Skip, I don't get. Skip, I've given up. Skip, I've given up trying to calculate QBR because I really don't understand it. Because I understand they waited for interceptions when you throw it, you fumble, yada yada yada, legs into a play. But I tell you what, this 49ers team. Now you can mess around, Skip, if you want to, and think you're gonna go out there with with your quarterback, that kind of performance you put up yesterday. Somebody's gonna get hurt. This team's for real.
Yeah.
If Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't go out there, now he's capable of doing Garoppoloian type things. Because we've seen him have some games. You're like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah.
If you just don't mess this up, this is a great dish. Just don't mess it up, Jimmy. As a matter of fact, Kyle Shanahan said that all I need you to do is to set the table. I'm going to go prepare this meal. Everything's going to be ready. Just set the table. But Aaron Rodgers, Skip, they made him look mortal. They made him look very average, very pedestrian.
Interesting you say that because the truth is, over the last 4 years, just about everybody's been making him look mortal and pedestrian and average. His QBR, and I know you don't have any respect for it, but it has dropped each of the last 4 seasons, and now it's dropped all the way to the 18th worst QBR in pro football. 53, so he's around average, but he ranks 18th in the league in QBR. And his completion percentage has dropped each of the last 3 years, and this year he ranks 17th in the NFL in completion percentage. Those are not transcendent numbers. I don't know how you can keep perpetrating the myth of Aaron Rodgers because it's been eons since he won his one and only Super Bowl appearance.
So if we go to base it on stats, though, Skip, well, how's Brady's stats looking this year?
Well, we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Okay,
right? Didn't Tom Brady win the last Super Bowl? I think he did.
I'm just saying his numbers. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers' numbers.
Well, I'm just saying that the Aarons have plummeted each of the last 4 years, and they don't have the look of a team that can go far in the playoffs because we just saw them 3 weeks ago get dismantled by the Los Angeles Chargers, 26-11.
Well, maybe they need to stay out of California then. How about that?
What is up with their struggles in California?
I don't know, because Aaron Rodgers had a QBR in that game of 14, so he had a 14 in that one and a 9 in this one.
Should be easy here.
Ooh. So I'm starting to wonder whatever happened to Aaron Rodgers? Seriously, because I know their record still looks very good, and they have the tiebreaker because they beat the Vikings, so they're still technically in
and they
first
beat the
place.
Cowboys.
Well, they'll meet again, though, Week 16 in Minnesota.
But that was Aaron Jones's game, not Aaron Rodgers'
Don't do that,
game.
Skip. See, you see what you
And,
with this Aaron Jones's game. He didn't do it very much, so I put it on him.
Okay, so this was an all-time disaster. And I'm going to give you this. The 49ers are starting to have that look of the out-of-the-blue Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
That suddenly, before you know what hit you,
they got hot.
They got home field advantage, and they win 2 home games to get to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's what they're starting to look like. Their schedule gets nothing but tougher, so I'm going to reserve the right to stamp them as a Super Bowl team because I'm not sold on Jimmy G because he will throw it to you when you least expect it.
And fumble it to you.
And they got off hot last night because your man Aaron Rodgers, sack, fumble, returned, touchdown, and it went wrong from the get-go. He got sacked 5 times. He wound up with a grand total of 104 yards passing. When he left the game, his team, his offense, was 0 for 13 on 3rd down. Are you believe in that? The transcendent thrower of the football, the greatest thrower of the football ever, was 0 for 13 on 3rd down in a big Sunday night national TV game. And I'm sitting back thinking, you know what? Mr. Rogers could have done better than that. Mr. Rogers, right?
Yeah.
And the Tom Hanks movie is about to...
Did you guys see that
It's out.
Yeah.
I want to go see it. It looks good.
Yeah. So, way to go, Mr. Rogers. I had to get that plug in for
I thought that was
Tom
good.
Hanks. But the point is that you're even forgetting that there was another big national TV game at Lambeau featuring the Philadelphia Eagles. And what did Aaron Rodgers do on the final play of the game?
Oh, my God.
He failed to see Darius Shepard all alone over in the flank of the end zone, over in the right side of the end zone. And he tries to force it to Valdez-Scantling, double covered because the Eagles had blown the coverage on Darius Shepard, and it gets popped up in the air for a game-ending interception. Aaron Rodgers killed my Dallas Cowboys twice because his team beat my Cowboys.
Yeah, but you gotta stop.
But that was a killer for me because the Eagles deserved to lose that game. They did. They deserved to lose.
We gotta look at this. We can't look at this through the eyes of what's going to most benefit the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I do. So you can do whatever you want to do.
I know.
But I'm just showing you that was another game that Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, he threw for 422.
I mean, you got to close that
he
deal.
threw for 422.
I know, but you missed the easiest read of the game. He's wide open. His guy goes with Valdez-Scantling because he wasn't supposed to go with Valdez-Scantling. So the little rookie from North Dakota State is just standing over there saying, Aaron, underhand it to me.
The thing is that when you play a team like the 49ers, you can ill afford to fall behind like they fell behind. That game gets to be, what, 23, 8-23-0 at one point. And so now, Skip, they don't even care about the run. They're coming after your quarterback. And now once Balaga goes out, you bring a backup in. Now it's a feeding frenzy. You see the guys, now Nick Bosa's like, let me rush on the left side. And the Armstead said, well, I want a piece of him too. Everybody wants to take turn because they know he's the weak link. And so now now it's a feeding frenzy, Skip, and now they keep coming because they know you're not going to run the football. You can't run your way back into the ball game. You're down 23-0. All of a sudden, you're down 30-8. What do you got to do? You got to throw. They know you got to throw, and now they just tighten the coverage. Now they just they won't let you go. It's kind of like a constrictor. The more you move, the tighter they get. Well, we know you're dropping back the pass, and we just going to come. And Salah, the D coordinator, he's got them playing. Kyle Shanahan, I dare you to find me 3 guys in all the NFL that's a better offensive mind than him. And I want you to include Sean Payton. I want you to include McDaniels. I want you to include Sean McVay. Now that he got that George Kittle, I love Travis Kelce, but it's hard for me to say Kelsey's better than this kid is right now. This kid can do it all.
He can block.
He can block. He can run, Skip. And when he gets and Kyle has done a great job of diagramming ways on the touchdown. Normally, Skip, when you run the boot and he's on the side, the front side where they're faking the ball, you run the angle cross. But what they did is they put him on a post, but you got to sell the out route. The DB knows, like, I'm vulnerable to the 7 route. He jumps to 7. He comes back to the post. He's wide open, races him to the corner. Kyle Shanahan in the running game, the way he can get Coleman, the way he can get Breda, and got this one guy, Skip, they said he played 1 snap last week and came in and caught the game-winning touchdown against the Cards. Put him in again, and now he picks up 15 yards on 1 carry. when you start playing like this, Skip, guys start getting more confidence because they say, I want to be a part of this. And if I do well, coach is going to call my number. They're going to be tough out. But Aaron.
And by the way, they got their tight end in the 5th round out of Iowa. 5th round? That's almost Shannon Sharpe-esque.
I don't know what's going on with these guys from Iowa because they got Hawkinson and they got Noah Fant and they got this kid. Yeah, Iowa got a little pipeline out there, huh, Skip?
Well, all I know is bottom line, Aaron Rodgers proves once again why he is the LeBron James of the National Football League, the most overprotected superstar in all the league because he just keeps
What is Dak Prescott?
Keeps stinking it up.
What is Dak Prescott?
Nobody ever said he's the greatest thrower.
But my guy, your guy. What has your guy done?
So all you got to, you're only out on Aaron Rodgers to say, what about Dak Prescott? What about Aaron Rodgers? You said he's transcendent.
Yeah, he didn't play. Hold on. And that's what I tell you. Great players can have bad games at times. Yep. He had a bad game.
Want to know the truth? He's descendant now. He is descendant because he is descending year after year after year. But overprotected.
If your
he
guy
can do no wrong.
If your guy can be half as good as Aaron Rodgers, he's had an unbelievable career. Just half.
That's all you've got.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.